The part of science that excites me the most is the impact. I grew up in Baltimore City, raised by my mom, my aunt, and my grandmother, where I did all of my K-12 education in the Baltimore public school system. I had a pretty rough start to life where I was born 2 months premature, I was born deaf, I was going blind, and then not too long after that, I wound up getting severe lead poisoning, which led to a diagnosis of being intellectually disabled. Despite my early challenges, I started learning that I love to learn. So the spark starting with the third grade math was really my first foray, just because at that time, that's where I started switching from loving to read to loving numbers more. And that exposure just sent me off to the races. And with each year, I got more and more closer to what real science was. Being pushed and a little nudged in the right direction, eventually I wound up finding that I loved it and I couldn't live without it.
We're working on a disease called pertussis or whooping cough caused by a bacterial pathogen. And it's particularly a problem for infants and newborns. Daquan has had a big impact on the lab. He is working on some pioneering techniques that we haven't done before, which helps expand our skill set.
My research focuses on the 0 to 2 month age range where the infants are most susceptible to the most severe outcomes of whooping cough. And then it focuses more specifically on how the immune response in those 0 to 2 month olds relate to the older individuals who are more protected from disease, understanding what that deficit is and how we can fill it.
Daquan is a pleasure to have in the lab. He brings a different perspective because he's the only one in the group who grew up in Baltimore City.
I've always went back and tried to speak to the younger students because what I did, I loved it. And so going back and sharing my passion and sharing where I am and how others can get there, it's super exciting. Community engagement for me first starts with physical presence, because despite what's happened in COVID where we learn we can run the world via Zoom, I think as humans, we appreciate being able to see and touch and feel the world and use our senses to interact. So for me, with the Gilliam program, I'm able to bring people from multiple points within the process in physical proximity so they can actually meet inspiring and driven and excellent diverse scientists and actually inspire the next generation to do the same. I learned about the Gilliam Fellowship and saw that they were looking for not only talented scientists, but those who are also caring about their community as well. And so that already put it on my mental map that one day I would like to apply to this. And here I am.